Good morning, y'all. Y'all know who and what we're here to talk about, child. We're here to talk about Miss Belle Collective. Excuse me. We're here to talk about Miss Belle Collective, honey, from last night. Um, my apologies. I know a lot of y'all was probably looking for me last night. Well, I don't know, probably y'all was. Um, or whatever. Or you may have been looking for me. You may have been looking for me this morning. I was tired yesterday, y'all. Y'all know I had dialysis yesterday. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like trying to do two things at once. I know a lot of y'all was looking for me. My bad. My apologies. But I was tired. I was tired last night. When I had got home from dialysis, I really did not feel like looking at any damn thing. And taking notes, so I didn't. Luckily, I was able to catch it on YouTube. Um, Catch it on YouTube this morning, which I did. So that's why y'all are getting it now. Huh. My bad, y'all. I'm setting the laugh for the night for that other show, honey. I was setting the laugh for that other show tonight, child. I'm getting it out the way now before I forget it. Okay. I'm doing it now before I forget it. I don't want it to be too late. Getting it out there, child. Bear with me, honey. Bear with me. But yeah, like I was saying, I was just tired last night. I really did not feel like dealing with Bell Collective and watching it and trying to put the review out and all of the rest of that stuff, y'all. I just didn't. So I knew I was gonna catch it, or I could catch it on YouTube this morning, which I did. So shout out to the people that brave enough to put out own content directly after the damn show. I totally appreciate y'all that's brave enough to do it, honey. Because y'all don't give a damn about y'all shit, because they will strike y'all and take everything that y'all got. But I ain't here to do none of that, and I ain't gonna speak too much on it because I appreciate them for being here. So I'm just gonna hush and be happy that it's there. Bell Collective. This is season 7, episode 7. Baby Rumor got back. Now I could have done this as a live, but it did not need no live. All right, I'm just gonna be honest. Okay, it didn't need a live, so I didn't make it a live. This is just gonna be pre-recorded, and y'all will be just fine. I will see y'all later on tonight, for the actual live. But the episode continues with Carrie Paul saying that she heard from Matt. She heard the baby rumor from Matt about Mike having an outside baby. And the boss hog said that she also heard the rumor. Latrice says that she never heard shit, and she's usually the one with her ear to the streets. And Selena says that she already heard about the rumor because Mike told her about it. Apparently, Cruncher Black, Matt, and Mike was hanging out. I believe that's what the story was. They was hanging out. Crunchy Black had took a picture. It was all three of them. Crunchy Black had posted the picture, and some lady had came up under the comments basically accusing him of being her baby daddy, that he got her pregnant and all of the rest of this stuff, and that's how that happened. um and so on and some such. That's basically the way that the story went. Okay. That's the way that Boss Hog told it, and that was that. But listen, we know that that's the quickest way that how rumors start. You guys are on a reality show. You know what I mean? Everybody, if not everybody, majority of the people who watch reality TV already knew who Selena was. You know what I mean? So rumors, listen, rumors happen. Men lie, women lie. Don't your guy got a song about that? Men lie, women lie. Okay. This was something that was already brought up. This was something that Mike already told Selena, which he was really smart about. That's why I do believe Mike does not have a baby out here, because he did tell Selena, like, girl, did you hear this shit? You know what I mean? And Selena, this is what I'm gonna tell you. You on a messy ass reality show full of messy ass women. Of course, this rumor was gonna get bought out, Selena. I understand your feelings, like, well, who could have been the one to have brought it to the collective. I understand it. I understand it. But I mean, of course, this was gonna happen, Selena. You want a messy ass reality show with some messy ass women. This was gonna get bought out eventually. But I do understand your point. It's like, if y'all knew about this a whole year ago, why bring it to the collective a whole year later while I'm in the midst of planning my wedding? Why not tell me about this a whole year ago? I get your feelings, Selena. I ain't saying that you're wrong. I ain't saying that you're wrong. But it's like, you want a reality show, girl? This shit was gonna get bought. It was. Selena, okay, it was. That's just the truth of the matter. It was. It was gonna get bought out either way. Hold on. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I had to find my ball. I couldn't find my ball. While I'm sitting here and doing this, I could be squazzing on my ball. Anyhow, Boss Hall looks at a venue for her talk show pilot focus group. And she talks to Ashley and Donald about what happened down to the photo shoot. And she FaceTimes first, and he apologizes for what happened. And she puts him on a leave of absence for right now. And she asks Ashley to take over his duties. I'm gonna tell you something. Boss Hog, you're gonna be the reason why Crunchy Black fucks up everything that you have. Because there's no reason why First should be on a leave of absence. First didn't do anything wrong. First is a grown ass man, and a grown ass man ain't gonna allow another grown ass man to think that he's gonna bitch him. He's not. First was there doing his job. First wasn't bothering anybody. Crunchy Black back ass had no reason to be there in the first place. Here again is another time where you're allowing Crunchy Black to have his way, and he's gonna be your biggest downfall. He is. He's gonna be the reason why you ain't never gonna get nowhere in life. Period. First didn't do anything wrong. First has no reason to be put on the leave of absence after you said in your confessionals to saying that he's responsible for most of the shit that's going on, that's happening. How he taught you this and he taught you that, and if it wasn't for him, is this a thing together? And you're gonna allow your ugly, ashy, black ass husband to get in betwixt that? Yeah, you ain't never gonna get nowhere. And I mean, but hey, fuck it up all you want to, because I don't like you. So it is what it is. Carrie Paul meets with Latrice down to Taste, and Latrice says that she felt the way about Carrie Paul throwing Cliff up in the mix, with the situation dealing with Selena and all that. Um, I don't necessarily think that she threw him under the bus. I think she told what happened, Latrice, and that is what happened. I don't think nobody's blaming Cliff for anything, because Cliff didn't do shit. You know what I mean? He really didn't. Cliff didn't do anything. So I don't necessarily think she threw him under the bus to be messy. I think and y'all know, but I'm also gonna be fair here. I don't necessarily think she threw him under the bus. She told the story about what happened. She heard from her husband, who heard from Cliff. That's what happened. So I don't necessarily think she was being messy. I don't necessarily think she threw Cliff up under the bus. She just told what happened. Now I know we've been giving Carrie Paul a hard time, but I'm not gonna put nothing on Carrie Paul that don't deserve to be there. I don't think she threw Cliff up under the bus to be messy. She just told what happened. And from the story, from what Boss Hog said, and a lot of other folk confirmed, that is what happened. She heard the rumor from Matt, and Matt heard that shit from Cliff. I'm just saying, but I can appreciate Carrie Paul for look. I won't trying to be messy. I was just saying what I heard from my husband. You felt the way about that, and I do apologize. I can appreciate Carrie Paul for being woman enough to understand things from both sides. And it's like, look, that won't my intention. That's what you got from that girl. My bad. That won't what that was supposed to be. I can appreciate any woman that's woman enough to do that. But girl, relax because I don't feel as though she threw Cliff up under the bus. She just told what happened. I mean, I don't know. Y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. Because I mean, this situation is gonna have, different opinions all the way around. My opinion, though, I don't think she purposely or intentionally threw him up under the bus or was trying to be messy. She just told what she heard from her husband. Moving on. Boss Hog meets with Tamara. Now, this was supposed to be her and Tamara having a one-on-one, catching up. It's been 4 years since the last time they had a catch-up or a one-on-one just with them. And that's how it started off. It started off just as Boss Hog and Tamara catching up, having a one-on-one. Then out of nowhere, the guinea pig shows up with a freaking rumor. A rumor about how her and Greedy really ain't together like that. Her and Greedy just wanted to have a baby because they're getting old and elderly. And before her eggs dry up, she wanted to push out a baby first, and he was willing to do it. And how she really has a whole boyfriend. And then they heard that shit from a guy that used to work at a station that she used to work at. Rumors. Like, say what you want, Boss Hog, but this was messy as the fuck, and this was a setup. This was a setup. This was an ambush. It was because out of all people to hear this shit, Shantae's irrelevant ass was the one to hear it. Who the fuck is Shantae? Don't nobody know Shantae down there. Shantae is nothing or nobody but your bootlicker. That's it. Which I don't understand why she's a bootlicker for you, because you ain't no damn bad. Like, girl, gone. Like, that whole thing was bullshit. And shout out to Tamara for sweetening the pot by bringing up, well, since y'all want to bring up some goddamn rumors, bitch. Let's talk about the rumor that I heard from Amanda about how you be out here having threesomes with your man and how this shit ain't nothing but a damn open relationship. And how this man really ain't out here cheating on you. You down with the get down so long as he invites you and bring you in on it. I'm gonna be honest with it. I believe it. I believe it because you won't even upset about it. You was willing to throw that up. You was willing to throw that away. And oh, I ain't even worried about that. And this is a thing getting together. I believe it. I believe every word of it. That's why you still willing to stay. I do. I believe it. That's why you still willing to stay. That's why you still putting up with all of his BS and all of his shenanigans and so on and such. I believe it. I believe every word of it. And that's probably another reason why you wrote that book about why the side chicks are winning, because you fucking them too. I believe it. Listen, I don't put nothing past none of y'all. I don't. I don't put it past you to be a hard-tongued lesbian out here. I don't. I don't. I don't put it past you to be a hard-tongued lesbian out here. I don't. That's willing to do what you do with him so long as he bring them home. I believe there's some truth to that open marriage shit. I do. Fuck you. I believe it. And fuck you too, guinea pig. Because she threw your ass up in there too. And it wouldn't shock me for both of y'all to be some hard tongue ass lesbos out here. That wouldn't shock me either. Shantae already looked the type. Moving on. Selena and Mike go do yoga, and she basically brings up the rumor that she heard, and she says, they both admitted, yeah, it happened. Mike said, yeah, that's what happened. I told Selena the minute I found out about it, because the shit won't true. Ain't no damn baby out there. And now Selena wants to know who's the one who brought it up to the collective and why didn't they bring it up to her a whole year ago versus waiting until now while I'm planning my wedding. And again, Selena, I understand your feelings, but girl, you on a reality TV show with a whole bunch of messy ass women. Okay? Moving on, because there won't much to it. Boss Hogs focus group. So Selena asked the group who brought the baby rumor to the collective. And what it boiled down to is they felt like Marie was the one that bought it because Cliff was saying that he overheard Marie talking about it down at Carrie Paul's event. And that's why Cliff brought it up to Matt. And he felt like Marie was being messy doing that shit. Now, Marie was being messy, but if we're going to be honest here, Cliff, see, men are capable of being just as messy and running their damn mouths as women do. Because, Cliff, I'm just going to be honest, I am. And look at how this happened. You brought it up to Matt. Matt pillow talking with Carrie Paul. The Carrie Paul brought it up to the damn group. I mean, listen. Listen, I ain't putting nothing on Cliff. I'm just saying. Look at how this happened. You ran off and told that tidbit of information to Matt. Matt told it to his messy ass wife. His messy ass wife brought it up to the rest of the collective. Now you saying that Marie was being messy, discussing that shit down to the party with her, and she was. But let her do that. She a woman. That's what women do. I mean, I feel like this, Selena. At this point, you should just let it go. There is no baby. It won't nothing but a rumor. You are getting married. I do believe that Mike loves you, despite what I see people talking about in these comments. Not Matt. Mike is a certain man of a certain age. It's just like Cliff. How Cliff be nonchalant with a lot of shit. That's how Mike is. Mike is nonchalant with a lot of shit. And why shouldn't he be if it's a rumor? He's not really paying attention to it like that. But he understands why Selena feels away. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I just, it's just me, Selena. I feel like this. Let it go. Let it go. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it ruin what you got going on. Don't let it ruin, you planning your wedding and things like that. Girl, get married and be happy. And I would say be fruitful and multiply, but girl, you in your 50s, I think that's over with. Um, okay, I think that's over with, honey. But go off, be merry, and be happy. Don't let this ruin what you got going on with your wedding. Don't let it ruin. Please. Tamara tells the ladies about the rumor that the guinea pig bought with her. And Latrice says if anybody brings anything to the collective, it should be another Belle, not anyone that's irrelevant or outside noise. Shade. And then Marie gonna sweeten it by saying, oh, so you're saying Shantae is outside noise? And then Shantae gonna say Shantae is Shantae. No, Shantae, you're the guinea pig who need to shut the fuck up. I do agree with Latrice. If anybody is bringing up anything, it should be a Belle, not a plus one. Plus ones shouldn't have no reason to talk or be bringing anything. I feel like y'all are trying to force the guinea pig on us, and nobody wants the guinea pig. And that's just the truth of the matter. Nobody wants the guinea pig. She's irrelevant. She's nothing and nobody but Boss Hogg's friend. That's it. That's it. So no, I agree with Latrice. We don't need to hear nothing from no plus ones. Let it be another Belle to bring the shit up to the collective if they feel the need to bring something to the collective. I do agree with that. But anyway, that's it. That's all. I ain't got no more. The episode was decent. It wasn't horrible. It was decent, but it wasn't anything for me to get up here and do a whole live about. Nah. But speaking of lives, I just made the link for that other show for tonight at 9:15 p.m. Y'all make sure to be there for that. We gonna see what they give, honey. But until then, I'll holler at y'all. Everything is moving so damn slow, including myself. Bye.